I'm back and happy Easter everyone. And you know me, not only am I back, I've got a new background, new outfit, and brand new to me handbag to reveal to you guys. It wouldn't be me unless I was going to be showing you my vintage, affordable luxury alternative to the Hermes Mini Kelly. And not only that, it's the perfect color combo I've been looking for so long. And guys, you may have noticed I have been MIA for about 3 months. So I'm going to tell you guys my life update at the end of the video as well and catch you guys up on where I've been. Okay, now guys, let's get into the crux of why we're here. We're here because of handbags. So this is my brand new to me, affordable, yet still luxury alternative to the Hermes Mini Kelly. Now the vintage ones will set you back over 14,000 US dollars, and the new ones in the secondhand market, they could be costing you over 30,000 US dollars on the secondhand market or the reseller market. I ain't got that type of money, but what I do have for you is something from a luxury brand. So underrated. No one ever talks about this brand, and I paid under 500 US dollars for this. So you guys know the drill. I'm going to do the unboxing, give you guys an overview, tell you the flaws, do some mod shots, tell you the price I paid and where I got it from, give you the dimensions and what fits. Now let's get straight into the unboxing. Now guys, I cheated. This is not a true unboxing. I've already opened this box, checked out the bag and worn it. But this is the original box it came in, and dun dun dun, took about a week to get here. They used FedEx from Japan. Usually DHL will be really quick, like 3 days, but FedEx took like 7 days, which I know seems like a bit petty to complain about 3 days versus 7 days, but when you're used to DHL, 7 days can feel like a long time to wait. This wasn't how it's wrapped. I've already unwrapped it, but this was the stuffing that came in the bag. So they just used some old Japanese newspapers and some bubble wrap. Overall, I wasn't dissatisfied with how it was wrapped. I mean, it came in a bag instead of a satchel, so that was pretty good. So, dun dun dun, introducing to you my Bali of Switzerland, or Bali of Switzerland, however you would like to pronounce it, Mini Kelly or Small Kelly in the 24 centimeter size in the color combo I've been looking for the longest time, which is a gold on gold or caramel on gold. Perfect for our Australian upcoming autumn winter season. This is a color combo I have been searching for and I finally found it. Having said that, I do think I overpaid for this bag, but because I was happy with the condition, I was happy with the color combo, I decided to just buy it. Okay, so introducing her. Now she has a longer, wider top handle, more reminiscent of the vintage Hermes Mini Kelly, like the version 1 with the bigger top handle. Now that one I found in a similar colorway for about 14,000 US dollars on a pre-loved website. That is over 18,000 Australian dollars. And if we're talking about the mini modern version, like the Mini Kelly 2, we're talking on the reseller market could be over 30,000 US dollars. That's over 45,000 Australian dollars. I ain't got that kind of money. What I do have is ordinary money. And this fit into my very ordinary budget, yet still giving me that taste of luxury because it is a luxury brand, Bali of Switzerland, at a more realistic and affordable rate. I have sangles, gold color hardware, which is my favorite. Got a turret or turn lock. Here she is from the side. Here she is from the back, no back pocket. Here's the other side. And feet on the bottom. You guys know I love a structured bag with feet, and this ticks all those boxes. It does come with a strap. Some of these were not being sold with the strap on the secondhand market, so I loved that. The strap is detachable, so you can see it's got a claw clip there. Really small little hole to clip it to, so you do have to be careful if you're using an aftermarket clip that the lobster claw is not too thick. Opening her up, you have a cream colored interior. I believe this is leather. If someone could let me know or correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this is a leather interior, and you have one interior zippered pocket there. Look at this beautiful Bali of Switzerland gold logo plate there. Beautiful. So this is a 24 centimeter size. So this is really in between the size of a mini Kelly and a Kelly 25. Closer to a Kelly 25, but just that tiny little bit smaller. Okay, now let me show you some of the flaws on the bag. Now these flaws were clearly disclosed in the ad, so I did not have any nasty surprises when I got it. I knew what I was getting. Okay, so here it's like a stain. Now what type of stain it is it a water spot? I'm not sure, but it's like a darker color stain. Then at the back, they're like lighter stains or scratches. I'm not sure. I'm not even sure if it's coming up in the camera. But these were all clearly disclosed in the pictures, and they even had like a video in the listing. So definitely no nasty surprises. I knew I was getting this. So what this bag is missing, it is original padlock and also clochette and key. So a lot of vintage Bali of Switzerland Kelly bags were provided with those originally. Whether you get them in the secondhand market with the bag is totally up to chance. Unfortunately, it didn't come with these, but what I did get is the original strap, which a lot of them also don't come with. So you win some, you lose some. Now, one thing I also find a flaw with this bag is sometimes when it's empty, even though it's a structured bag with feet, it cannot stand upright and it tends to fall over. You guys know I love a bag with a structured bottom that can stand up on its own. Now, when it's full, it actually stands up pretty good, but when it's empty, it tends to topple forward. Kind of don't like that, but you know, as I said earlier, you win some, you lose some. But when it's full, it tends to stand up properly. But I don't seem to have that problem with my black Bali of Kelly Switzerland. Now, these two may look like the same bag, but they're not exactly the same. They, I think maybe were made in different years or something, because this one's 1 centimeter bigger. The top handle shape is slightly different, and this one has a gold plate and this one doesn't. So this one stands up fine. But yeah, this one topples over. The one flaw that I noticed that I didn't really like, but I could live with, was the handle. You can see it's like a bit crooked. It's a bit slanted this way. Now, it's not too bad, but I learned after owning the vintage Louis Vuitton Concorde, which I've got here, which has a very slanted handle, I learned that I do not like long slanted handles, which tends to be a common problem with these long top handle bags. So I was very weary about that when I was looking for these bags on the secondhand market. And a lot of them come with cracks at the base of the top handle too. So if you're ever looking for those, zoom in on the pictures and check if there's cracks. So some of these come really slanted. So this is one of the better ones that I saw. Again, why I jumped on this particular bag. Okay, so let's do some mod shots. So here's the bag handheld. Here's the bag crossbody. Here's the bag long shoulder. So for reference, I'll have my height and weight on the screen. And also for reference, I really like this strap drop on me. This strap is not adjustable, but I find it perfect for me. Okay, so where did I buy this from and how much did I pay? So this is from a Japanese reseller on eBay. I'll put the shop down below. I have shopped with this shop before. This was my second time shopping with them. The first time was when I bought this Bali of Switzerland Kelly bag in the ostrich. Both of these bags were in pretty correctly described condition. So because I had a good experience this time, I was trusting to buy from them again. But I would say this shop does not price their Bali bags cheaply. They kind of price them kind of high. Like this bag, I spent 1,000 Australian dollars. Who spends $1,000 on a Bali bag? Me, apparently. So this bag was listed at about 600 US dollars, which is over 800 Australian dollars. Now, I really wasn't wanting to pay 800 Australian dollars, so I just took a chance and I sent the store a message saying I'd like to offer 400 US dollars. And luckily for me, they accepted. They didn't have a make an offer button available, so they could have just totally ghosted me and just rejected me. But luckily for me, they did take my offer. And I ended up paying an extra 10% on top for tax, which we call GST. So that's 440 US dollars. That's about 640 Australian dollars all up. Now, I think I overpaid still. I find that Bali of Switzerland bags, I don't really want to be paying over 500 Australian dollars, but I did. And both bags from this store have been, I would put on the expensive side of Bali and Switzerland. Could it just be me being not a good bargain hunter? Maybe, I don't know. So let me give you the dimensions and the weight of this bag. So this is 24 centimeters across. That's 9.4 inches. This is 20 centimeters tall, about 7.5 inches. This is 9 centimeters wide, or about 3.5 inches. Now this top handle is pretty big. The strap drop here is 12.5 centimeters, or about 4.9 inches. And then this long strap drop, mind you, it is not adjustable, it is only removable. So at 56 centimeters or 22 inches. Typically I like about 50 centimeters, but because this bag has a long top handle, I think it allows me to feel more comfortable with the longer strap drop. So even though it's 56 centimeters, a bag that I wouldn't normally like, I think that's why I'm okay with it. So if we were to compare this to the Hermes Mini Kelly, whether it's the vintage version or the modern version, overall, yes, this bag is bigger. It is closer to a Kelly 25, but still smaller than a Kelly 25. However, the strap drop is actually better. The weight of this bag is so light. It's 560 grams. So it's about half a kilo, or about 1 point something pounds. I'll put it on the screen there. So light. So for all of you with like shoulder problems, neck problems, not to worry about this bag. It's not going to weigh you down. So let me show you guys what fits. So this is a 500 ml bottle of water. Typically in Australia we use 600 ml, but this is just a 500 ml one I use for handbags. Okay, so it doesn't fit standing up, but it can fit lying down, like that's lying down flat at the bottom. Big phone. Packet of tissues, keys, 2 lip products. Still plenty of room to spare. If you wanted to add sunglasses or something like that, you could. Could I be game enough to get a cardigan in there? Let's see. Ooh, this might be pushing it. Yes, and a cardigan. Guys, that is fantastic capacity. Tell me, are you going to fit that in a mini Kelly? No, you are not going to fit that in a mini Kelly. So you could really use this as a day bag. Wow, let's just do her up. Let's just check, is she too fat? No, she's not too fat. Ooh, I'm loving that capacity. Okay, so this is the final, what fits. 500 ml bottle of water. Big phone, packet of tissues, keys, 2 lip products, and a thin cardigan. So guys, this actually takes my Bali Kelly collection up to 6 bags. The one that's most similar to this is my black one, which I bought at the end of, which I bought mid-2024. This was $500. This was $650, so 2 years difference. But this one did not come with a strap. This one did come with a strap. This one's a fan favorite. This one I only paid $200 for. And this one's like a shoulder Kelly. Even smaller, so 20 centimeters. This one I only paid about $250 for. This one I bought last year, another shoulder style Kelly in a canvas, a coated canvas. This one's like a relaxed retourné style with the thinner sangles. Also like a bit of a slanted handle. You can see there, but you can see this one's really structured. This one's really relaxed. This one was about 200, I think. And this is Her Majesty the Queen, the ostrich Kelly, which I told you guys I paid about $1,000 for. So that is 6 Bali Kellys. So guys, tell me, do you think this was a pass or a fail? Should I just have not bought all of those Bali Kellys and saved up for one Hermes Kelly? Let me know what you would do. Is this bad finances or is this good finances? Tell me your opinion. Also, let me know what you think of this color combo. Would you say this is gold on gold, caramel on gold, brown on gold? Let me know how you would describe this color combo. And let me know about the price you think I paid. So $440 US dollars, including taxes and shipping, or about 640 Australian dollars for this underrated brand, Bali of Switzerland, that nobody ever talks about, versus me having just saved up to buy an Hermes Kelly. Okay guys, time for the life update. So introducing my new background. So I'll just get out of the way. So as you can see here, that's where all the Bali bags were just in. And I got more bags up there. Some shoes there. Just get this out of the way. And some more shoes down here. So why on earth do I have a new background? Well guys, I moved house and I now have a built-in wardrobe, something I haven't had for a really long time because my previous house had no built-in wardrobes. It's a really old house and it was only like those external wooden cupboards wardrobes. So I finally have a built-in wardrobe to work with. And then I bought these pull-out organizers from Temu to help me organize the handbags. Now guys, let me tell you, moving is stressful AF. I have not felt so disgusted with the amount of things that I own until I went to move. I am such a huge overconsumer, shopaholic, too many things that even after getting rid of 1/3 of my household, when it came time to move, I was still disgusted with the ridiculous amount of stuff that I owned. And then, because this is a smaller house, when I got in here, my stuff still didn't fit. So I had to get rid of more stuff just to make it fit. And not only was I just getting rid of like household stuff, I had to get rid of my clothes too, because I used 2 bedrooms in my previous house to, you know, kind of house my clothes and shoes and bags. And I didn't have that type of space in this house. So 1/3 of my wardrobe went as well. And guys, you know what? It is actually, even though I'm a maximalist, it was really stressful and it felt traumatic. But then by the end of it, it felt really refreshing to have less. I now have more room. I can see what I have better. I can better utilize my things because I can see it better. No matter how much you organize your stuff, if there's too much and it's too stuffed and you can't see things properly still, you're not going to use it properly. So I have now understood the concept of, do you want the stuff or do you want the space? Let me know if you guys have experienced this before, like just moving and the trauma and the pain of moving and then needing to get rid of a bunch of stuff. Moving is something that I do not enjoy doing at all. Let me know what your experiences are and if you have any tips for me regarding the whole moving experience. Now, not only that, it has taken me about 3 months just to settle into the new home, get the new house set up, get a filming area set up, and get my energy levels right with a new routine to be able to get in front of a camera and film. And I was feeling really tired and overwhelmed and time poor at the end of last year and even beginning of this year. And you know what, my life isn't any more hectic than anyone else's. So I didn't understand why I was struggling so bad. And so I knew I had to make some changes. I already told you guys that I eat according to the carnivore diet, but I needed to make further changes because I felt like, oh, I'm still feeling overwhelmed and, you know, I need my life to get on track a little bit more. So I decided to try a few new things. I'm a chronic caffeine overconsumer, so I decided to limit myself to 1 caffeine drink a day, and any more would have to be decaf. I decided to limit my dairy intake to just 1 dairy drink a day. The rest had to be like black coffee or black tea, and again, they would be decaf. And I also went from not only just doing carnivore, but also OMAD. So carnivore and 1 meal a day, half the week. So half the week, I only eat 1 meal a day. And you know what? I found these changes really helpful. Over about a 2 or 3 week period, my energy levels started feeling better. My feeling of being overwhelmed and tired started going away. And nothing else had really changed. Like my routine didn't change, my workload didn't change, my stress didn't change. But the way I felt about it all changed, and I was pleasantly surprised. If you had asked me 3 years ago, would it be possible for me to do OMAD 1 meal a day, I would have said no. I'd be having a headache and trying to gouge everyone's eyes out with being hangry by 2 p.m. But surprisingly, I could do it. And I was like, if I can do it one day, let's try 2 days a week. Let's try 3 days a week. So now I'm doing it half the week. And I'm feeling pretty good about it. So guys, let me know if you've made any changes to your routine as well that's helped your energy levels and just your sort of your mental and helping you feel more better in coping with life instead of feeling tired and overwhelmed all the time, because it comes for all of us. Life is lifing for all of us. Now guys, I hope you've enjoyed this unboxing, and I have another one coming for you soon. So make sure you hang tight, and if you haven't seen my previous Gucci unboxing, I'll link it here. And if you haven't seen my previous Bali of Switzerland collection, I'm going to leave it here. Bye.